As the TBI investigates the Collegedale Police Department, citizens are doing some investigating themselves. 3 officers were fired, the assistant police chief resigned, and people grew concerned for their city. The commissioners addressed those concerns tonight. Sydney Edwards joins us now with more on how citizens are taking the shakeup and what commissioners are saying about it. Sydney.
Kim, people are questioning whether the police department uses a quota system and if the officers were wrongfully terminated. People there tonight do not believe things are adding up, and they're questioning their trust in the city.
If you don't mind, would you stand up?
In a packed city hall, Laura O'Daniel asked any Collegedale officer to stand up if they cooperated with the TBI investigation and are still employed by the city. As the wife of a Collegedale police officer and a city employee herself, she says the department has been, quote, crucified during this investigation. She says she was a witness to the beginning of this investigation when a sergeant was in a meeting with Officer Bedell and her husband. According to an attorney who represents some of the officers who were fired, Bedell was terminated before the quota investigation.
Couldn't hear anything until I heard then Corporal Bedell just start yelling. Then I heard very clearly the sergeant say, "There is no quota."
The same attorney claims the 3 officers were fired for speaking with the TBI about a quota system. Other community members raised concerns themselves.
What are the checks and balances in place to protect employees in the city when it comes to discipline with employees?
The city attorney responded saying there are no checks and balances because officers are at-will employees. Some commissioners stood with the department and its leadership.
For today, I'm convinced Collegedale is in the hands of good people. The good people I'm speaking of is Chief Hickman and City Manager Roger.
Mayor Katie Lamb says because of the lawsuits involved, they cannot talk about it to the public. So after the meeting tonight, the commissioners met for an executive meeting to discuss the public's concerns. Kim.
City, thank you. And Mayor Lamb says her goal is to get to the bottom of what's going on so they can figure out what the city is doing right and what the city is doing wrong.